Hey there! You're watching the Jessa channel on YouTube. I'm Jessa, and this is the Dwarves. We are playing as Tungdil and his companions, and interesting story. I realized, and this must have happened some time ago, that we were actually out of provisions. And one of the reasons why the fight was a little bit harder, well, I mean, it's a very difficult fight, that we've been trying to do to take this orc camp, is because some of our companions were injured. So I went back and replayed the tavern and actually paid 500 gold just because I was curious to see if that would give us more mercenaries, even though they still tend to get stuck there. At least a few more bodies to die for us would be helpful. So we're going to go on into the orc camp, and I'm going to give it one more try. And then if I can't get it, I will move along with the story, as the story is more important than taking down this orc camp.
The guards are much more alert now since the infiltration of the orc camp. You have delivered a serious blow to your enemy, and an attack should now be significantly easier. The mercenaries are waiting not far off, and are, as arranged, ready to attack.
So we're going to try this one last time.
You enter the orc camp with your companions. You have a long way ahead of you.
So one of the problems is just getting stuck at that gate, and I am going to really look around the map and see if there's some sort of shortcut that we could kind of go behind them or something. I hope so. However, at least we now have Bowen. I'm going to remove Bowendil because I need the highest health warriors that we have, and that's Bavragor, and Bowendil. Tungdil, I have to take him. He is our main character. And I can't, I tried to actually go with just those three, but the game requires me to have a fourth. And all of the thespians that are with us are very low health. Geralda's the lowest health. And to be honest, Goemgar's got the highest health. I'm going to give him the health potions. And that gives him 2 chances to raise his health. Bavragor, because he's the highest here. So I'm going to give Bavragor this damage reduction. And then Bowendil. Oh, I forgot to sell that talisman. So I guess I'll use that for him. This is a normal one. This is a better one. So that works actually. And then Tungdil, I guess I'll just give him this, which will give some more action points, so that we can use defense bonus again and kind of keep him as sturdy as possible, as he's got the lowest health of everyone. And so now that I'm sure that we're all kind of healed up a bit, and I've paid 500, I hope that gives us more mercenaries. Let's go ahead and start the fight. Okay, I've been gypped. Note to self, it does not give you more mercenaries.
Yes.
Okay, noted.
Huh?
All right, let's grab all of our people, and I'm just gonna, like I said, I'm just gonna keep us running as fast as possible. Just trying to, and saving most of our, right here, just moving us through as fast as possible. Not even trying to argue with it, just going as fast as possible. Taking some damage as we go.
It'll be safe, will it?
Okay. And we're just going to try the method called run. And I'm going to pause right here. And we got farther than we got last time, and everybody's still got some health. That's good. Maybe the only way you can do this is to just run as fast as possible. Fast, 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 fast. They're getting stuck in here. So, Goemgar is really taking some heat, as I would have expected. I'm going to wait until his health is farther down. I'm going to use this to get everybody out of the way.
Hey.
And then, this is where it gets dicey.
Is it something bad?
Let's start moving forward. I am concerned about Goemgar. Just move through. Oh, Goemgar is getting totally toasted by this orc. Let's take a health potion.
Help!
I just took a health potion. I just took a health potion.
Do that. What is it?
Gosh. I don't think there's any way we can do this.
What's up?
I just cannot get Goemgar through this. I have him taking a health potion and it's doing no good. Nope. I don't think so. Let's wait until we get the whole you lost screen.
I didn't hear you very
Yep.
hard.
We lost. So I'm going to go back here and we're going to load. And if you were able to finish this battle, you let me know. But my philosophy is that the story is much more important than the combat in any game I play. So let's move on with the story. All right, so we are not going to be able to defeat those orcs with the skills I currently have and the party I currently have. But maybe on the way back, there's hope. Let's go to Wackenstein.
You discover some ancient ruins and an orc camp in a gorge. A small group of Bognalim is moving between tents, piles of rubbish and cages. In one of the cages, you think you can make out some movement.
Well, I feel like let's try and charge the camp just because I'm hoping that there may be a battle I can actually win. That would be nice.
They're coming out the holes.
You there, my bag! Over there! Quick! You'll have to smoke them out!
Okay, smoking them out. I can smoke them out. I take you here. So hard to tell who to choose. I'll keep the brothers. Take that out. You take that. You take that. I'm not sure what you need yet. Oh, and we're out of provisions again. Provisions are hard. It's a lot of money to feed an entire party of gazillion. We haven't used Fergus. His health is pretty low. But he's got some pretty interesting skills. This shrill, this is what I'm curious about, this shrill right here. So let's take him. He's going to need a lot of help. And then, yeah, this should work well. You know, hopefully. Burn out Bognillum caves with grenades. Oh, perfect. Okay. So where are... Ah, here are the grenades. Boendal, you're right there. So why don't you grab these?
Grenades! Throw them into the holes. That ought to stop the little beasts. Welcome to the future!
Can you take these or can you... Oh, you do. Okay. You have them. So throw them into the holes. Oh, these holes. Okay. So if I throw it like right... I wonder... Bowen Doll, why don't you go there? I'm just not exactly sure how far into the holes means. These Bognilim are not very difficult, so... I'd like everyone to stay in the middle together.
Yes?
Fergus,
Alright
you
then.
oh, and since we're using Bognilim, Fergus is not very useful. His call... Well, I don't know. Let's try it and see. But I'll have him go here.
What is it?
And you two.
I'm with
We'll
you.
just kind of let them surround us. And stay right here.
Huh?
You... Okay, so you go on this one here.
Attack! And
You-
what now?
Go on this one right here.
Well,
And you... Why don't you use that cry? Let's see if it works.
And again.
Oh, wait. And that caused Bowendil to go running away. But yeah, it did send them running, I think.
why not? Vile creature.
Let's try it again.
Too easy. And again.
Yeah, I guess they do kind of go running.
What
So
is
anyway, let's put a bomb down this hole. Yeah, it looks like we don't have to be right on the hole.
Vile
Okay, perfect.
creature.
So you...
As good as done. He hardly put up a fight.
Why are you
And again.
down? Why did you just fall over?
Vile
How
creature.
many is that now?
What the heck?
On my way. Killed.
You're so tough. Move
And
it.
again.
Ah, here's another one right here. This might have been a better one for Bowendil to do. Because...
As good as done. Killed.
you...
What is it?
Ooh, you're surrounded. There you go.
Uh-huh.
You're taking a little bit of damage.
What is it?
And you... I want you right in the middle of this pile of piggies.
Ah!
Okay.
Yes?
And what now?
You are the one I'm looking for. So you... Let's put a grenade in here. There we go. There's probably more. I don't think it's that simple. Ah, looks like there's one there. And one here.
All right. And again.
Bowendills
Kill.
can just, like, smack them as they come,
good
as
as
we come
done.
and devastate their homes. He doesn't care.
Vile creature.
You
Well,
should be right in the middle of this
all right
pile.
then.
Okay, do that.
Huh?
You start doing a blade storm,
Uh-huh.
and you already have so much AP. This actually isn't very helpful because this has a timer on it. Anyway, he's doing fine as far as health is concerned.
Yes.
Okay, we're back to you.
Ah!
Okay,
And again. Another
There we
one
go.
bites the dust.
and then looks like we might have, yep, one more. So for this one, we're gonna have to make a kind of, Oops. Would you like some grass in your face? Yes, I would. Thank you very much. Let's go
On
around
my
this way.
way. All right.
A victory for technology! What is it?
Why don't you cast that again?
And what now?
You cast that,
Huh?
and you just keep hitting things. You're doing fine.
Understood.
Okay.
Welcome to the future!
I like his calls,
Yes?
his battle cries. Okay, so
What
you
is it?
are just in range to hit this with that. And then it's time to start blowing up little piglets. And preferably not blowing up our enemies.
Huh?
You, I want to keep casting those.
Yes?
You should be in the middle
Why
of this
not?
pile here.
Kill too easy.
And get them nice and tight around you.
Yes.
You, let's raise your attack so that you can really do some real damage. And then,
What is it?
who is this back?
What is it?
Who's that right there? Oh, Tongue Dove.
Huh?
What are you doing back there? Get back in there.
Another one bites the dust.
Go for this one.
Too easy.
Okay. And then there's a pile of mess around you. Why don't you do this?
And again. I didn't hit you very hard.
Did you actually do anything? I don't know. How about this pile right here? Let's hope we don't hit our
Too easy.
companions. I love those.
For technology. Well,
Those, okay.
huh? And again. Ow! Another one bites the dust.
How many is that now?
Yes.
Mm-hmm. You're doing just fine. You don't
Yes.
even really need any babysitting. You're just fine.
A victory for technology!
I love your name. I love how you say that. Fires of oh, and by the way, poison dart. Or to the knee. No, I like that. Well, no, we want to be taking them down now. So let's start knocking them down, maybe this way.
And again.
Don't know if that actually did anything. And then a poison dart.
Here, I didn't hit you very hard.
How many is that now?
Let me give him some
What
extra
is
help
it?
with his damage. I'm going to give you a cleave.
Too easy.
And you are over here messing around. Get back in the fray, buddy.
I didn't hit
There
you
we
very
go.
hard. And again.
Bow and Dill's awesome. I have to admit, he's one of my favorite characters. He's just dreadful and so fun. Okay,
Well-
you. All right, so it looks like we have been successful at completely massacring these guys. Oh, it looks like it looks like we could have gotten more bombs. Oh, we could have gotten bombs for like everybody?
Huh?
Really?
Huh?
Yes.
Didn't know that. Yes, we could have. No way. There's like a little guy behind. There's a guy back here who wants some trouble. Let's poison him.
Who's next?
A victory for technology!
Yes?
You are right here. Why don't you do a nice cleave? Well, preferably not on your brother. Okay. How about do that?
Ah!
Okay, that was now that's how a fight should go. You actually
Very
win.
impressive, I must say. Let me out, my friends.
So that's pretty cool. I didn't know that all of us could get some I hope we get to keep those that we got for the next battle. Hey, Rodario can do Acid Cloud. I love that how he bends like that. He's so cool. Stuns enemies. Crowd of Sleep. Deals damage to enemies. I'm going to actually go with Crowd of Sleep because I'd like them to be stunned. Because we have, I mean, orcs tend to come in like these massive waves, as it were. Yes. And then Narmora is now level 8. A Ring of Death. I like that. To all enemies surrounding her. I don't like this. I usually need them to be able to... This game is really about dealing with waves of enemies. So single target things don't really cut it. Fergus! Looks like all he's got this fantastic dart gun. Dart crossbow thing. That's cool. So he has Burning Dart. He fires off a dart that explodes on impact, and it might ignite the target. So, there we go. And then finally some provisions, which we'll go through in 2 days or 3 days, but still. And there's a large elixir of strength. This could be really helpful. And a carved figurine. Excellent. So, we really need a lot more provisions. And we also have someone we need to talk to here. Some more things to look at. So we can take the bag right here.
Dried herbs.
Okay, well. And then also, right here, we can look at this fire.
A pile of wood. Or is it actually a pyre?
Yeah, I think it's a pyre for, like, funeral pyre. Attach the ox skull to the bracket. Okay, though I have no idea how Tungdil would know that that is something he needs to do. He would see a bracket here, but he might think it's some sort of ceremonial thing. And then remember this that he obtained. The skull of an ox ornamented with satanic symbols. That sounds like a perfect thing to use. What could go wrong? That's nice that they had him climb up. All right, and then let's set it on fire. And let's back up. Okay, so now that we have this, is there anything we can do with this? No. But over here, oh, the herbs.
Something's not quite right.
Oh, am I supposed to throw the herbs into the fire bowl? Oh, I see. Something's not quite right. Okay, got it. So there's something more I need to do.
Something's not quite right.
Okay, let's try talking to... Oh, wait. Oh, I see. Can I take this down now? No? Okay. Well, let's see what he might know. We open up the cage and allow out the man who gave us much help.
Thank you. Have you seen Helga? Helga? Helga! What are you?
And who, pray tell, is Helga?
Hello. I am Tungdil Goldhand. These are my companions, Boindil, Boendal, Rodario, Fergus and Namora, Bavragor and Goimgar.
Have you seen Helga?
No, we haven't. If you don't mind me asking, what is your name?
Call me Ensign and drop the pleasantries.
Thank you for the grenades, then, Henson.
I wanted to thank you. Your grenades really helped us.
Grenades? Oh, yeah, no problem. I used them to break up boulders, but I ended up attracting these pests. Who was to know there are Bognolum around here? And as if that weren't bad enough, along came the orcs and took me ox skull. Gosh! And Helga, where is Helga?
Ah, so that is his ox skull. Who's Helga? Says Tungdil, expecting the person Helga, whoever she is, to come out from the nearest rock.
If I may, who is this Helga?
Helga? Where?
I don't know. I just wanted to know.
Helga is my wife. Didn't I mention that? We came here together, but then the orcs came and she was gone. Do you think she might have gone home? Helga!
You have a dark notion of what might have happened to Helga, but as you have no proof, you'd rather say nothing.
If you see her, you'll let me know, right?
We certainly will, Tungdil promises. So what are you doing here, Henson?
What brings you to these parts, Ensign? It's not exactly the nicest of places.
Aren't you here for the festival? The unbelievable Wackenstein Festival. My wife and I desperately wanted to see it for ourselves. The blind guardian, the statue over there, is the key. He calls people from far and wide to the festival. I finally found some information in the archives of Virunciensis as to how the guardian is activated. So, he found some information in the archives of
Verancius. There we go. About, oh. Tungdil looks over the man's shoulders. The man continues to look around as if his wife Helga will pop up at any moment, as if she's just come back from some shopping. Tell me, what's this festival all about? He says, trying to keep the man, well, focused on the conversation.
So what have you found out about the festival, Henson?
You see that statue? That's the blind guardian. You could call him the patron saint of Wackenstein. They say that when the festival begins, then the revellers heed his call from all corners of the earth. According to my research, we need 3 things to start the festival. A burning ox skull, the fire-eater bell, and vervain. I actually had it all, but, well, yeah, then the orcs came.
Well, there's an ox skull over there. I found it on some orcs. Must have been yours.
It should be easy to find an ox's skull. All we have to do is find a butcher.
Oh, it can't just be any old ox skull. It needs special decorations and engravings. Took me weeks to prepare that skull. Then the orcs came and took it. Must have thought it had some value.
Is it this one here?
Stone the crows, you already have it. Excellent. That is a good omen.
And what do we do with it?
Oh, well, that's simple. The ox skull must be set on fire.
You're not sure what kind of celebration needs a burning ox skull, but the mission doesn't sound too difficult.
But the one thing I don't have, good friend, is the fire-eater bell.
Where will we find the fire-eater bell, and what kind of a name is that anyway?
Veranciensis. I'll track you down to a collector who lives outside the city in an estate on the south wall. According to the legend, the bell was mounted in a black tower. The tower caught fire. The bell fell down and smothered the source of the fire. Now, I'm sure you can work out the rest. The ringing of the bell opens the way for the blazing fire in our souls. At least that's what is written.
Veranciensis. So what are we waiting for? We'll visit the collector and...
It would be best if you went without me. I have some things to prepare here.
And this blind guardian, I've heard tale in a tavern north of here that there's a secret passage here. Is that true?
Do you know anything about a secret passage through the mountains?
Secret passage? No, can't say I do. But they say that when the blind guardian awakens, then people will come to the festival from all corners of the world. Maybe they'll come from the mountains too.
Okay. Well, I don't know if we asked him this already. Let's see what he
To
says.
begin the festival, we need the ox skull, the fire-eater bell, and the vervain, right?
Exactly. Then we need to set the skull on fire, ring the bell, and burn the herbs. And then it happens.
You're quite sure you're wasting your time. A huge festival in the middle of nowhere? But you pin your hopes on there being a spark of truth in every story, and that somehow a path will open up through the mountains when you carry out the old ritual.
Somehow. All right. You be careful, Henson. Are you sure you don't want one of my companions to stay behind and guard you? Henson fervently shakes his head and says, "No, I'll be fine. I'll be fine."
See you later, Henson.
Let me know if you see Helga.
Plus, Helga will be back any moment. I bet she just went out for shopping. All right, so let's come here. The pathfinding in this game. But I wanted to see the blind guardian if we could. Can I scroll out something? There we go. Ah. That's really cool. Another thing that I like about this game is the sets, the locations. Done very well. That's very nicely done. Okay, let's see if there's anything else we need to look at here. I do not see, except for this, which we can't do anything with yet. So let's make our way. I believe that is... Who is this over here? Oh, these are just all of our companions hanging out. That's Fergus, Rodario, Namora, the twins, a bunch of dead bodies, Barvragor, Goemgar, and Bavragor, I think, right there. Okay, let's head out and see if we can find this castle. We're going to continue on our way here. So he talked about a... And also, we can't go forward, so we pretty much have to do this. What? Maybe it's here? Ah, it is. Varincius. It's... I thought it was going to be, like, right nearby. It made it sound like it was just outside the walls or something. Let's go here. And... continue. At least we're not currently being chased by orcs. Let's head over here. There. Let's see if there's anything. Ah, I see. That's where we just came from. So let's go forward. And make our way to Varincius.
The size of the fields and the farmsteads grow as you get closer to Varinciensis, the old border city in the north. The old city wall is much too small for the size of today's settlement. Everywhere little cottages, and even the odd magnificent estate, extend beyond the wall.
The house that Henson was talking about must be somewhere on the south wall. We need the bell if we're going to open the path through the mountains.
Ah, so we can't even... We need to open the path through the mountains somehow. And the blind guardian bars our way. What does go to the Grand Archive?
You try to gain access to the city, but the guards on the wall are unyielding. The orc armies in the south and the movement of the Perish land has prompted the city council to lock Varinciensis up. You try not to show your disappointment, but Boindil looks at you curiously.
Is a house full of dusty books really that important, scholar? That's no place for a dwarf.
There are also books by dwarves and about dwarves in that archive. They've practically got everything that has ever been written. They've even got notes on the races of Girdlegard, singularities and oddities, by M.A. Het.
A book about dwarves? That really can't be any good at all.
I love how he has a title. That's awesome. We're going to go to the collector's house.
You follow the street to an estate on the south wall, which is surrounded by a fence. The paved path to the door is lined with hydrangea. You knock on the door gently, and after a while it is opened by a chubby man in expensive clothes. The man gives you a fleeting glance.
We don't want to buy anything.
He intends to close the door again without waiting for your answer.
We are going to put our foot in the door.
You put your foot in the crack of the door.
Wait, you have a rare bell in there, Fire Eater, am I right?
The man pauses.
Fire Eater? How?
Before he can finish what he's saying, a red-haired woman pushes past him. She is also wearing expensive clothes and is heavily made up. After she gives him a stern look, the man disappears into the house. She scrutinizes you with greenish blue eyes.
How do you know about that, Shorty?
Well, I am not shorty, says Tungdil, with some indignation. But also, I think he might consider mentioning Henson, but then he remembers that Henson was a little bit reluctant to come, and wonders if his name might not be a good omen here. Wouldn't help to open the door to us. Let's try, well, someone in the city told me. Very nice tavern it was, and over some good ale. Excellent ale here. The story was told. Is it true?
I, heard from someone in the city.
In the city? But the city whose gates are closed to everyone. Of course, I believe that. Go to Tion, groundling, and don't come back.
Before you can reply, the door is slammed in your face. You go back to the rest of the group.
Doesn't look like it went too well. Maybe I should try my luck, Tungdil. I can be very persuasive.
He absolutely can. And so let's send Rodario, who is very good with the ladies.
Rodario follows the hydrangea-lined path to the door in elegant strides. He knocks on the door energetically, and a little later the door is opened by a red-headed woman. When she sees Rodario, her expression lightens. She opens the door fully and takes a tentative step forward.
What can I do for you? Are you a singer? An actor? Or a lute player?
The name is Rodario Fairmaid, gifted showman, mime, and dramatist. At your service.
Rodario elegantly pulls the hat from his head and bows before her.
Ah, Rodario. Interesting. So we have 3 options for what we can compliment her on as far as her plants are concerned. And we saw that it was a hydrangea-lined path, so let's choose this one.
Your wonderful hydrangeas really caught my attention. You have exquisite taste.
The woman's greenish-blue eyes sparkle at his charm, and Rodario can't deny himself a smile, confident of victory.
Oh, you are a real charmer, Mr. Rodario. I'm sure you flatter all the ladies like this, don't you?
Oh no, by no means, my love. I just can't avoid it when I see beauty such as yours.
Oh, don't play with my feelings, Mr. Rodario. You probably haven't even noticed the colour of my eyes.
She playfully turns her head away to hide her face.
Another test. And her eyes are greenish blue. Oh, but dear lady, how could I not notice your greenish blue eyes? Or they wouldn't call me Rodario.
I will never be able to forget your greenish-blue eyes as long as I live.
A smile follows, then a glance from those eyes, which are indeed a greenish blue.
It would seem to me you have a skilled tongue and a love of details.
You have no idea,
Anyone
sister.
who does not notice your beauty must be walking through life with eyes closed. In terms of my tongue...
Oh, Mr. Rodario. How about a private presentation of your skills?
Rodario lays an experienced hand around the woman's waist and disappears into the house with her.
At your service, my dear.
After an hour, Rodario comes out of the house with a broad grin on his face and the bell in a bag.
The bell, as ordered. Apart from the esteemed Nomura, no woman has ever resisted my sweet words, not to mention my hands when...
All right, all right.
You feel your cheeks turning red as you imagine what Rodario has just done.
Twice. No less. All right, so... Rodario, I mean, whatever we gotta do to get the bell. It's all in the line of duty, Okay, so we're gonna come back here and make our way along. Making our way through this little village and finally back to Wackenstein.
The old ruins of Wackenstein appear before you.
Let us enter. The pyre is still burning, and I think is the mule head still up there? Yes, it has been moved to the middle of the pyre because Henson here just couldn't stand it being over on the corner here. He wanted it properly taken care of.
Henson, do you have a minute?
Have you found Elga?
No, I have not. But, we have to do, what do we have to do to begin the festival? So, actually, we already know what we have to do. We have to light the pyre, which we've done, ring the bell.
See you later, Henson.
Let me
And
know
then-
if you see Elga.
Oh, that is so sad. I think Helga is somebody's dinner already. An orc dinner. Okay, so, as far as ringing the bell, that's the only thing I am unsure how we do. Let's just go ahead and light this and hope that he will ring the bell automatically since it's in our inventory. I think. Yeah, here it is.
Something's not quite right.
All right, that's a big old nope-de-doodle, so I am not sure how we're going to ring this bell. Let's see. I'm just looking around to see if... Oh, up there. Oh, ho, 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 ho. Oh, ho, ho. There is a bell rope just here.
A bracket on which you can hang something. Must be for the bell that Henson mentioned.
Let us hang it. Oh, it's pretty sizable.
Fits like a glove.
Perfect. All right, so now we have to do this in order. Set the ox skull afire. Step 2. Ringeth the bell. Whack. Step 3. Throw the herbs into the fire. And I love it how the companions are just sitting around chatting while we do all this running in this hot weather. Perfect.
Loud and powerful music follows the fog and the figures, crushing over your head in roaring waves. The force of the music clouds your senses, and it seems as if the statue of the blind guardian rises from his throne. You want to draw your companion's attention to it, but then you suddenly realize that you have a tankard of ale in your hand. You instinctively try it, and are happy to note that you haven't drunk such good ale since Ogre's death. The night becomes a colourful whirl of ale, music, dance, and ecstasy. You can no longer remember why you're here or who you're celebrating with. For a few hours you forget what was and what is to come. You are completely in the here and now. You wake up the next morning. You're lying on your back and staring into a sky that is much too bright. You turn onto your side with difficulty and see your companions all around you, but no one else. The remains of a wild party, campfires, tents, and ale tankards are still there, but the magic has gone. You stand up, muttering curses, and try to suppress the taste in your mouth and the pain in your head. To your great surprise, you see that the stony figure of the blind guardian has revealed a tunnel that leads into the rock of the mountain.
Whoops. So, a tunnel. So does that mean that we no longer need, and also, is it, oh no, it's just because I was going to say, did it suddenly go snowy everywhere? But no. So let us follow along.
If we go on now, we probably can't come back. The mechanism looks like it will close the pass behind us. We should be sure that we have done all we need to.
Well, we don't have very many rations, or if any, but otherwise, let us move forward to the Firstling stronghold.
The victory over the orcs was hard fought, but you have won. Not least thanks to your aides. You take care of the wounded and take your leave before you finally continue on your way into the mountains.
Okay, that is amusing. They made it sound like we had a victory over the orcs. And, well, I mean, over the baby piglet orcs, maybe. But we got our butt whooped 4 or 5 times. I lost count. Yay, some rations, so important. And some more gold and a large elixir of strength. Can't wait till we find a merchant. So, we are making our way towards the Firstling Kingdom. I imagine we could have come this way if we could have defeated the orcs, but they held that pass.
While you rest under a ledge at noon, Rodario and Fergus decide to go ice fishing, and the dwarves immediately pronounce their opposition.
Ice and water are both treacherous. They entice you to them. Before you know it, you disappear into them forever.
Like in a marriage, you mean? At first the woman entices you, but if you stay in her arms like a good boy, the good life is over all too quickly.
The good life, in which you go behind the backs of other men, get beaten up and one day die painfully of a sexually transmitted disease.
All slander, my dear.
Rodario bares his teeth for a moment and then follows Fergus to the shore.
He reminds me of a billy goat we used to have. Mounted everything that got in its way. One day, he mounted a goat that was standing too close to a cliff. The two of them fell down the cliff in the best of spirits.
I have to join into the merriment, but that was actually pretty funny. Okay, so we can go around the pass. I think we're going to go on the mountains, just hoping that the mountains, staying close to the mountains, cuts the icy wind that seeps down under our armor, up through our leggings and everywhere else. Uh-oh. Oh, okay. I was like, did it disappear?
Your path leads you over a snowy, hilly plain, and as you scale a particularly steep hill, you falter. A crevasse opens out in front of you. You look around, but there isn't any point nearby where you could cross over the gap.
Are we going to have to go way across our, out of our way? Abseil down the crevasse. I am not sure exactly what that involves, so I'm going to try and look for another way.
You follow the course of the crevasse. After an hour, the end of the crevasse is still not in sight. However, you do find a cave that slopes down softly parallel to the crevasse.
Let us explore the cave.
You are afraid that you might get lost in the ice cave and freeze to death in misery. But ultimately, your curiosity is rewarded. You find after an hour's search a winding passage that leads you to a large chamber. You walk ahead with your torch outstretched and see a shadow in the ice. You step backwards in shock as you realize that it's the body of a frozen human. Something glittering in the floor grabs Goimgar's attention. An ornamented gold shield. Part of it is frozen into the ice, but it should be easy to free.
Pure gold! This thing must be worth quite a bit, though it would be completely useless in a fight.
Wouldn't that be like tomb raiding?
Your companion doesn't answer.
Oh, we will definitely take the shield with us. But Tungdil hesitates for a moment. He remembers a bedtime story, a rather frightening one, that he begged Lot Yonin to tell him over and over. A bedtime story about what happened. Tomb robbers. And those who skulked among the graves. But then he shakes it off. Remembers that he is a grown dwarf now, and Lot Yonin is dead. Turned to stone by the hand of Nod On. So he takes the shield with him.
You allow Goimgar to free the shield from its icy prison. After you've had a look around the rest of the chamber and taken a short break, you look for a way back up to the surface. You are able to continue on your way without any further delay.
Wonderful. So we were able to use a cave to get through somehow, kind of underneath the crevasse. So that means we can continue on and make our way to the Firstling stronghold finally, after such a journey. The wall of the Firstling stronghold looms up from the snow and mist and cold of the Firstling kingdom. And there we will make our way in the next episode. I want to thank you so much for joining me for this episode of The Dwarves. I love this story. Fantastic game. I do wish I'd been able to whoop these orcs behinds, but let me know if you were able to do it. Let me know if you buy the game and you're able to do it. Let me know what the trick was. Definitely. We will continue on with this wonderful game. Remember that this game is also a book. This game is based on a book. And the game, since I have read ahead, is a little bit different than the book. Things happen a little bit differently. The book is more fleshed out, obviously, but it's essentially the same story. And we will make our way to the kingdom. If you enjoyed what you saw, please hit the thumbs up button below. And if you loved it, join the party and subscribe. I'll see you back here for more awesome gameplay of the Dwarves. And thank you, as always, for watching.